Hello, everyone. I'm Jacques Smuts, and I'm here to talk about the Nemtek integration for Milestone XProtect, developed by us, PJH Technologies. Now, a quick overview of what this talk is going to be about. Uh, I'm going to tell you a little bit about us at PJH Technologies, electric fences, and why you would want to integrate them into larger systems, what features this integration has, how easy the installation is, and then a quick demonstration afterwards to show just how the system works in action. So, who are we? PJH Technologies is a team with extensive experience in software development, electronics development, and consultation services. We have a very large experience base with a large variety of software related products and services. And we can help you with a lot of your needs. But today we're going to talk mostly just about Milestone XProtect and our experience with it. So we have a few existing products, um, and we've got multiple products. But to just show you the Milestone XProtect ones we have Nemtek for XProtect, which we're talking about today. We also have HeatTalk, so fire panel integration. We have PJH Sentry, which is intrusion alarm integration. We have Slammer Clear, which monitors the health of your camera systems and can automatically detect if a lens is dirty, if a camera is disconnected, and just make sure that your system is up and running as it's supposed to. And PJH Doors, which is access control integration. This is just to show you that we have experience with Milestone XProtect integrations, uh, and show you that we know how to do a variety of different products because we are used to this system. We know how to work with it. We know all the little things that you need to get just right to make sure the system works perfectly. Uh, a quick just talk about security. Now, if you have a site of any kind, let's say you have a shop or a factory or a mall, your site could be anything. That site needs to be secure. And this is a very difficult problem that everyone is trying to solve in one way or another. And so, what a lot of people do to make their site more secure is they add multiple systems, including a video monitoring system such as Milestone, XProtect, uh, and lots of cameras, and maybe microphones, maybe alarms. There's a lot of things that you can add into this system. However, you also need to secure the perimeter. In a lot of sites, you need to make sure that it is safe from people jumping over a fence. And that's why people add a Nemtek electric fence. Now, the fence does not just act as a deterrence by shocking people, it also acts as an alarm. So if someone touches the fence, an alarm goes off and your security staff can be notified and know about it. However, you only know that the alarm is going off if you are physically on site and if you are within hearing distance of the alarm going off, unless you integrate with something. And that's where our system comes in, is by blending together these two systems, we have an integrated perimeter and site security solution. And you can do this with the PJH Technologies integration. So just some of the features that the integration has. You can manage Nemtek electric fences from XProtect. You can link cameras to zones, which allows a pop-up to appear when there's an alarm to show you the camera immediately when the alarm goes off. You'll see this in the demonstration. You can control energizers in zones in the same way that you could on the Nemtek system. We also have full map integration, which means you can see immediately just what the system looks like at a glance. Get a good view of the system, see all the little green dots or yellow dots if something is wrong. And full rule engine integration, which we'll show in the demonstration. You can automate your system in a lot of very powerful ways. And full permission management, which just means in Milestone XProtect, you can manage the permission of specific users to say that this is a high tier user. They have control over the system and can do whatever they want because they are very trusted. But other people cannot disable the electric fence unless they get permission from someone else. And finally, in the corner at the bottom right, you can see there it's a free 30-day trial. So if you're not sure if the software is for you, you can just try it out for free. And if it works, then that's great. And if it doesn't, then it's not for you. And this free trial is accessible on our website. Now, the installation I'll also show in the demonstration, but it's very simple. You have a Milestone server. Any Milestone XProtect server setup has this. And you have an Nemtek installation, which is an FG7 with energizers attached. And the physical installation is very easy. You just need to create a network connection between the two with a normal network cable that you can see there. And that's it for the physical installation. On the software side, we have a very simple installer. You double click it, it installs like that. And then it's installed on your system. And you can set it up by setting energizers and zones to match the system that Nemtek has. And I'll show this in a demonstration as well. If you have any questions, please contact us here. And now we will go into the demonstration. In case you don't know either one of the two products, I'm going to give a quick overview. First off, the Nemtek electric fence system. So this system is used for perimeter defense. You have energizers like this one or this one, and they are controlled through the FG7 control system, which allows you to manage your whole system from that screen. It's a very good system, and it can run in low voltage mode or high voltage mode, with the high voltage mode giving a bit of a stronger shock. But in both cases, an alarm goes off if the system detects anything. And then on the FG7 unit, you can see the alarm. And when you are near the energizer, you can hear the alarm. However, if you are not on site, if you are out of audio range, it's a little bit difficult with this system alone to manage and see where the alarms are or when exactly they went off. And that's where we want the integration. Now, on the right here is the Nemtek-XProtect video monitoring system that is currently manned by Peter Peiser, just off screen, also of PJH Technologies. And so the Nemtek-XProtect system it provides all the standard functions that a video monitoring system should provide, such as giving you control over your cameras, you can do playbacks, but it has a bunch of other functionalities, for example, an alarm manager and incident reporting. But it's also an open platform, which means you can build plugins and buy plugins and integrations and all kinds of things to expand the system beyond just video monitoring. So how do these two systems integrate together? So if you have installed our plugin, then you will get access to the powerful features that we've developed. Peter, can you please go to the Nemtek view? So on the left here, you can see a map that provides you with a full situational awareness of your Nemtek system. You can configure this however you want. On the left, you see the energizer and its two associated zones, and on the right, a different energizer, this one on the right, and its two associated zones. On the right there, you see there's a list of all the energizers on the system. Right now, there's only the two, but if you add more energizers, they will appear in that list. And you can see basic information about them, such as their voltage and their battery status. So you cannot just see the system status. You can even control it from Milestone. So can you please arm the energizer? So as you can see on the map, you just right click and it enables the energizer. You see the energizer is green now. That indicates it is armed. But you can also do it in the list. Just right click and it control it. Now I'm not sure if you can hear, there's a bit of a clicking going on here. And that clicking indicates that the system is on. If you know electric fences, that's the sound it makes. Now I'm going to trigger an alarm on here. I'm just opening up this energizer. We don't have an electric fence wired up, so I'm just going to trigger it with this. So you might be able to hear the alarm is going off on the energizer, and within a second, the alarm appears on the Nemtek-XProtect system. And the associated camera, the camera that's associated with this specific zone, pops up on the screen automatically. Now, you can, in this case, if you are running Nemtek-XProtect in a control room anywhere with this software running, it will pop up on the screen. You cannot ignore this alarm. So from here, we can just acknowledge the alarm and say, yes, we've seen it. And in our case, we want to clear the flags, keep the energizer armed, and clear flags just means we tell the Nemtek system, okay, we've gotten the alarm and we're silencing the alarm, it's fine. Because we could see on the camera, oh, there's no one there, maybe it was a false alarm. Further, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, there is now an item in the alarm manager. So if you were to click on that, you will see at the bottom left here, it shows a playback of the exact moment that the alarm was triggered. So you can immediately investigate. If you see this minutes or hours later, you can immediately investigate and see whether this alarm was handled correctly. If you think it's done, you can close the alarm. And then it's done. But that doesn't delete the alarm, it just closes it. You can change the filters on that screen and say, I want to see all of the closed alarms, and then you can see a list of prior alarms on there. And that is very good for auditing purposes. Okay, can you please disarm all the alarms? So as you can see, it disarms very easily as well. Next, I want to mention the fact that this manual control is very easy and nice. As you can see, it's just a right click and the system does what you want. But we can also set up rules. So on the top there, you'll see there's arm all Nemtek and disarm all Nemtek. So can you just demonstrate how that works, please? You just click it, and one by one it goes through the energizer and arms them all, and then disarm all, where it just goes through the energizer and disarms them. And very easy. But these rules can be anything you want that the system supports. For example, you can set up a rule to automatically enable your energizers at a certain time of the day. At 10 o'clock at night, arm all of them, and 7 in the morning, disarm all of them, if that's what you want. It can also be based on events. So for example, if an alarm is triggered, you can tell Nemtek-XProtect to send out an email to an account that you've configured and is waiting for emails. The system is extremely powerful, and you can completely automate your setup, making it very easy to manage a site, not just from on the site, but off-site. We also track maintenance issues. So in this case, I am going to now plug out the network cable to this energizer over here. It's plugged out. Let's see. And there it appears. You see it goes yellow. So red indicates alarm, Yellow indicates a maintenance event of some kind. So if you want to see more details, you right-click on it, you say status details. Now you can see all of the details of the energizer that you've clicked on. So for example, the voltage, you can see the battery fuse, or if it's a battery flat, all kinds of status details. A lot of those would trigger a maintenance alert. And in this case, what we have is a communications fail. And then you can, oh, okay, maybe there's a wire that was cut, or maybe it came loose or something, and you can go investigate. But then you fix it, you see, oh, the wire just came out of the switch. You plug it in, you wait a few seconds, and there it's back. And so the system provides up to the second status of your system, allowing you a very reliable look at your system. Now, next, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to set up this system, to install it and get it ready on your site. So, first off, just the physical side. We have here a network switch. This is part of a normal Nemtek setup. The FG7 connects to the two energizers, and they talk to each other through the network switch. And to connect to the Nemtek-XProtect server, all you need is to connect an additional cable from the FG7 to a network switch, and another cable to your Nemtek-XProtect server, and that's it. Physical installation done. The software is also very easy. So as you can see here, the Nemtek-XProtect management client, that is the normal way to set up things when you set up Milestone. When you install our plugin, which is extremely easy with the installer, you just double click and it installs everything for you. You have at the bottom here, the plugins set up. So we've got there the PJH Nemtek configuration page. You've got your license. So I'm currently running a trial license for 50 devices. You get that for free for 30 days. And you can also, once you've paid, get automatic registration using this page, like that button that says online license retrieval. However, some clients run air-gapped systems. They don't want to be online, which is good if you want that extra layer of security. And then we support manual licensing using downloading and importing of a activated license file. So once your license is up and running, or even the trial, which is automatic, then you need to configure the FG7. All it needs is an IP address. And this you can get from the unit itself. Once you've put that in and the FG7 is configured, you need to add the energizer. So you go to the energizer page, you right click and you say add new energizer, like that. And the left one has a network ID of 1 that appears on the screen here. And the right one is network ID 2 that appears on that screen. Now the energizers are set, and you have to add the zones to the energizers that you want to support, because different energizers may be wired differently. Each one of them has potentially a zone 1, a zone 2, a tamper zone, a panic zone, and a gate zone. It also has a mains fail zone that you can add as well. You add those zones that you want to be configured, and that's everything you need to do in the management client. Now you see this, we went through this. It took us just a few minutes, and the setup is done on the software side. So now what would happen is if you have done this setup and you go to the software client, it would appear in the list. Everything there on the list at the right would appear there, and that is fully working. And you can control the system from here. But this map on the left, we just have to do that setup, which is very easy. If you click on the setup button on the top right, drag in a map, which is any image of your choice. And that's the background we have there. That's just a map photo I took. And then you go to the element selector for plugins, and there's your energizer. So you can drag them in and the zones. In this case, let's add the panic zone, for example. And now if anyone presses the panic button that activates energizer left, then that zone will be triggered as an alarm on your map. Once you're done, you click setup again, and everything is working. So, and finally, I'm just going to show you how the rule engine works, how easy it is to set up a new rule. So the rule engine, if you are a regular user of Nemtek-XProtect, you probably know this already, but you can just set rules that you want in the system. So we're going to define a new rule to just arm one of the energizers or all of the energizers. And this is very easy to do. So you say add rule, say arm all the energizers. So in this case, we want to arm them on a specific event. This is something we defined before. So it's a user-defined event called arm all Nemtek. But you can trigger this rule on any event of your choosing. So for example, you can trigger it at a certain time, or you can trigger it if someone presses a certain panic button, it's picked up by the system, then it arms everything automatically. You can choose the rules. So in this case, we're just using this user event. Then should it happen in a certain time, because you can set restrictions and say, oh, this only works in the daytime. At nighttime, you can't use this rule. You have to go manually enable it, or whatever your preference is. But in this case, we have no restrictions. So we go to the next page. Then the action is something we defined for you in the plugin, which is just arm the energizer to high voltage mode or low voltage mode, if that's what you prefer. And then you add the energizer. Now, we can choose them manually one by one, or just say all of them, or all of them on a specific control panel. And you can also say, should something happen at the end? So once they have been armed, should it trigger another action? Should it send an email? Should it start recording on the cameras? Or whatever your preference is that this system can handle, you can add that. In this case, we don't want any other actions. So we just say finish, and the rule exists. And now we can trigger it manually from the client. So if you were to go to the client, that's something we dragged in before, but it's something we can, if you can show them how we drag in that rule. So that's the event we defined, arm all Nemtek. If you drag it in, that's it. So it's already on the map. Okay. Now, I hope you can see through this just the power of this system, which allows you to manage a site or even many sites through Nemtek-XProtect, where you have a good situational awareness of the status of your systems. You can see if there's maintenance, you can see if there's intruders, you can audit the system if something happened and you need to check afterwards if everything was done correctly. It is a very powerful system, and we hope you consider it and ask us for help if you need any more features, if you need any changes or customization, that is also possible. So thank you very much, and hope you have a wonderful day.